My name is PJ Murphy, and I'm in Sweny's Chemist of 1 Lincoln Place here in Dublin. And when I came into the Chemist, everything we found was authentic, and we didn't need to add anything on. The interior is exactly as it would have been, the fixtures and fittings, and also all the bottles that are around the place. But we also found prescriptions which were never collected. These predate 1903. And of course, most of them are, or all of them are herbal. So we have them in a drawer over here. I can show you a few of them and explain what they were used for. And so this is how they would have been. They would have been ordered, and they would have been wrapped up like this in brown paper and string. And of course, the people who ordered them never came back, so they're still awaiting collection. When we found them, we didn't open them, we just left them as they were. And many people who come here, particularly chemists, are always intrigued because the same thing happens to them as well. This one here is willow bark, and willow bark was used for headaches. So if you had a headache, you came, you took a piece of this, you infused it with boiling water, and then your headache went, or it didn't. But anyway, at least you had the opportunity. And then valerian is in this one here. And valerian would, of course, help you to sleep. And there are many other herbal packages like this in the drawers that we have there. The Chemist was also a place where you could buy your own film. And of course, you'd bring the film back. And quite often, the negatives were never, part of them were developed, but the photographs were never collected, nor were they thrown out. So young enthusiasts, because we're all volunteers, took away the negatives that we had in the drawer, and he developed them in black and white like this. And these are some of them, as you can see by the clothes that are worn there. They're probably late 50s. This is taken in the zoo, and of course she's feeding the monkeys. And these are a couple of bears as well, and these are all from the zoo as well. We had many nurses, because there were many hospitals around here. They would come and they would have take pictures of themselves, and we had pictures of groups of nurses. And one day this lady came in, and I was showing her these pictures, and she said, "Oh, I recognize that girl. I worked with her," and she showed me the hospital, and she took the photograph away and brought it back a few days later, having shown it to this lady who she recognized was in hospital. So after all these years, suddenly she saw the pictures that had been developed for her here, but never collected. So. Well, Ulysses, of course, in chapter 5, the one they call the Lotus Eaters, because Ulysses, it's a collection of 18 chapters, and each chapter is a bit like a novella. But of course, in chapter 5, the Lotus Eaters, because Leopold comes in here and we're mentioned, people from all over the world come here to see the place if they're interested in Joyce, and if they're chemists, they come anyway. So they can buy the lemon soap from us, and they can also walk back into the past in early Victorian Dublin. And of course, all around here, it still reflects that period. Nothing really has changed. We have Trinity College just in front of us almost, and then we have the pub, which is mentioned in chapter 4 in 1904, which was called Conway's, which is Kennedy's now. And then behind we have the chemist shop, where they also sold lemon soap. And of course, Samuel Beckett's father had an office around the corner as well, and he would come in, and the same as Oscar Wilde, who his father was an ophthalmologist. He used to come here to collect old prescriptions for his there were prescriptions for his father. And of course, he was born in the street in front of us, Westland Row, and then they bought the house just around the corner, which is still there. Lovely statue of Oscar watching the house as well, and wonderfully colored stones. All the stones are natural stone, and it's not dyed. They are the color of the stone, so they'll stay like that forever. So, and of course, it's nice to know that when you come in here, you're walking back into the past. You're grasping what early Victorian Dublin was like, and of course, even looking out, you're looking at how it would have been seen, because nothing has changed. Yeah, so on the 26th of August, we had a request from the French president, Emmanuel Macron, to come in here. So we came in with our Taoiseach, Micheál Martin, and they spent 10 minutes here. We read the last 2 pages of Ulysses in French for him, because we do readings in 7 languages here, and French and Portuguese is on Saturday. So we have the copies, the translations here. So we read from our wonderful French translation for Emmanuel, and he was very, very happy. He spent 10 minutes here altogether. Sweny's of Lincoln Place is here since 1847, when the building was bought by Mark Sweny, and of course it has been run as a functioning chemist until 2009. In February of that year it closed down, and oddly enough, in February is the centenary of Ulysses as well, when in 1922 in Shakespeare & Company in Paris, Sylvia Beach published it, and on his 40th birthday on the 2nd of February. So of course, as we're gearing up towards that particular centenary, lots of things are happening, and we will have several celebrations on that particular day, and we particular a lyre player or harpist who's coming, and John Billing, and of course he's going to play, and other people will come in and contribute as well. So. I dig this when he said, "That makes 3 and a penny." "Yes, sir," the chemist said, "you can pay all together, sir, when you come back."